Hey there, friends. Welcome back to English on the Go, the podcast where you can learn English anytime, anywhere. I'm Brian, and I'm so glad you're joining me today. Have you ever felt like time just flies by? One moment it's the start of the week, and suddenly it's the weekend. And yet, that to-do list? Still full. Today, we're talking about something we all struggle with: how to manage your time better. What is time management? Simply put, it's how we plan our days and use our time wisely. But that's easier said than done, right? Whether you're a student, a busy professional, or just trying to balance life, we all face challenges like procrastination, distractions, or saying yes to too much. In this episode, I'll be chatting with Sarah and Jason about why time management is tough and what practical tips can actually help. Before we get into it, take a moment to think. How do you spend your time each day? Let's explore how we can do it better, together. Here are a few questions to warm up your thinking. Question 1. Do you often finish your tasks on time? Question 2. What things usually waste your time? Question 3. How do you plan your day? Question 4. Do you prefer using a to-do list or just go with the flow? What's one time management tip that works for you? Think about your answers as we dive into today's conversation. You might hear something that helps you improve even more. All right, Sarah, Jason, great to have you both here today. I've been looking forward to this one. Let's be real for a second. How's your time management been lately?
Oh man, where do I start? Honestly, not great. I try to be organized. I write out these long to-do lists every morning. But instead of feeling motivated, I just feel overwhelmed. I look at everything I have to do, and I don't even know where to begin.
I totally get that. I do the same thing, but my problem is procrastination. Like, I know I have stuff to do. I even plan it out sometimes, but I keep putting it off. I tell myself, just one more YouTube video, or I'll start after lunch, and before I know it, the day's pretty much gone. Then, I end up rushing everything at the last minute.
Oh yeah, that sounds familiar. I've been trying this method called time blocking. Basically, you divide your day into chunks of time for specific tasks. It works for a while, but then something always pulls me away. I plan to focus for an hour, and suddenly I'm replying to a random message or checking the news. It's like I just get sidetracked so easily.
Same here. Sometimes I feel like I'm working all day, but I still fall behind. Like I'm busy, but not productive. There's a big difference.
Totally. And when I fall behind, I try to catch up by staying up late, but that just messes up my sleep, and the next day I feel tired and even less motivated. It's like a vicious cycle.
Exactly. You end up burning the candle at both ends, staying up late, waking up early, and still feeling like you're not getting ahead. Honestly, it's exhausting.
And let's not even talk about distractions. I sit down to work, and then, ding, one notification and I'm down the rabbit hole. 20 minutes gone before I even notice.
Yes, sometimes I even do tasks just to avoid other ones. Like, I'll clean my desk or organize my files instead of writing that email or finishing a report.
Guilty. I've totally done that. I think it's because the big tasks feel intimidating, so we look for quick wins, even if they're not urgent.
Exactly. And then we tell ourselves we've been productive, but deep down we know we've been avoiding the real work.
Yeah, I've realized I'm not bad at managing time. I'm just bad at managing myself sometimes.
That's a really good point. And I think a lot of people can relate. It's not that we don't have enough time. It's how we use it that makes the difference.
So true. And I've started noticing how important it is to have the right kind of habits, not just routines, but systems that actually help you stay on top of things.
For sure, but it's not easy. There's no one-size-fits-all solution.
You're right. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about next. Some strategies that have worked for us, and maybe a few that didn't. Let's see what we've learned from trial and error. Let's wrap up with a quick vocab review. These phrases are great for real-life English and daily conversations. First, fall behind, meaning to not keep up with work or a schedule. Example, sometimes I feel like I'm working all day, but I still fall behind. Second, burn the candle at both ends, meaning to work very hard, especially by getting up early and going to bed late. Example, I end up burning the candle at both ends, staying up late, waking up early, and still feeling like I'm not getting ahead. Third, stick to a schedule, meaning to follow a planned routine or timetable. Example, I know sticking to a schedule is important, but life gets messy, right? Fourth, get sidetracked, meaning to become distracted from your main task. Example, I plan to focus for an hour and suddenly I'm replying to a message or checking the news. It's like I just get sidetracked so easily. And finally, procrastinate, meaning to delay doing something, often by doing easier or more pleasant things instead. Example, I tell myself just one more YouTube video. Or I'll start after lunch, and before I know it, the day's pretty much gone. Alright, now that we've shared our struggles, let's talk about what actually helps. Sarah, have you found anything that works for you?
Yes. So one thing that's really helped me is breaking big tasks into smaller chunks. When I see a giant project on my to-do list, I used to panic. But now I just divide it into tiny steps. Like, instead of writing finish report, I'll write outline main points, write introduction, review data, and so on. It makes everything feel more doable.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I've tried something similar, but lately I've been using the Pomodoro technique. Have you guys heard of it?
Yeah, the one with the timer?
Exactly. You set a timer for 25 minutes, work on one thing only, then take a short 5-minute break. After 4 rounds, you take a longer break. It helps me stay focused because I know there's a break coming soon, and it's easier to resist distractions when I'm on the clock.
That's smart. I've never really tried that. But it sounds like it keeps you from burning out too.
Definitely. I think I need to give that a shot. For me, what's helped is scheduling my most important tasks in the morning, when my energy is highest. If I wait until the afternoon, I just don't have the same focus.
That's a great idea. Like you tackle the hard stuff early so you don't have to worry about it all day.
Yeah, you kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Get it done and feel good about it for the rest of the day.
Exactly. I also try to block out time for things like checking email or social media. If I don't, those little things eat up way more time than I expect.
Oh, for sure. It's way too easy to lose an hour just scrolling without even realizing it.
So true. I also started using a paper planner again. There's just something satisfying about checking things off by hand.
Nice. I'm more of a digital guy, but whatever helps you stick to a schedule, right?
Totally. It's all about finding what works for you, and sometimes it takes a bit of trial and error.
Well said. And speaking of trial and error, in our next part, we'll chat about the biggest lessons we've learned through all this. Stick around. Time to boost your vocabulary. Here are some useful expressions we use today. First, break something into chunks. It means to divide a big task into smaller, more manageable parts. For example, now I just divide it into tiny steps. Like instead of writing finish report, I'll write outline main points, write introduction, review data. Second, Pomodoro technique. It means a time management method using 25-minute work intervals followed by short breaks. For example, you set a timer for 25 minutes, work on one thing only, then take a short 5-minute break. Third, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. It means to accomplish 2 things at the same time. For example, yeah, you kill 2 birds with 1 stone, get it done and feel good about it for the rest of the day. Fourth, block out time. It means to reserve or set aside time for a specific task. For example, I also try to block out time for things like checking email or social media. And finally, check things off. It means to mark items as completed, especially on a list. For example, I also started using a paper planner again. There's just something satisfying about checking things off by hand.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great content. Click the subscribe button and stay updated with our latest episodes.
Alright, we've talked about what's hard and what's helped, but I think the most important part is what we learn along the way. So, what are some of the biggest lessons you've both learned about time management?
For me, the biggest one is that it's all trial and error. I used to get frustrated when a system didn't work, but now I see it differently. If something's not working, I just try something else. There's no perfect method, you just have to find what fits your life.
That's so true. I've also learned that managing time isn't just about your schedule, it's really about managing your energy. Like some days I can focus for hours, and other days I need more breaks. So now I try to listen to my body and plan around that.
Yes, that's such a great point. We often think we can just power through everything, but sometimes it's smarter to rest and reset. I've realized I'm not a machine, and that's okay.
Another thing I learned is the power of saying no. I used to say yes to everything, meetings, projects, even social stuff, and then I'd feel completely drained. Now I ask myself, is this really necessary? It's not selfish, it's smart.
Absolutely. I used to take on too much and then fall behind on everything. Now I'm learning to set boundaries, with work, with people, even with myself.
I also learned that tools matter. I used to jump between different apps and planners, but now I try to stick with one system for a while before switching. And whether it's digital or paper, it has to be something I actually use, not just something that looks nice.
Yep, I went back to my paper planner because it helps me slow down and stay focused. Plus, crossing things off feels so satisfying.
Same. I keep it simple now. If a system feels like more work than the task itself, I know it's not the right fit.
So true. Time management really is about keeping things simple, staying flexible, and being kind to yourself when things don't go as planned.
Exactly. We're all still figuring it out.
Yep, progress, not perfection.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Coming up next, we'll review some useful vocabulary from today's talk. Stay with us. Let's review some key words and phrases from today's episode. They'll come in handy the next time you talk about time. First, trial and error. It means the process of trying different methods until you find one that works. For example, I used to get frustrated when a system didn't work, but now I see it differently. If something's not working, I just try something else. Second, set boundaries. It means to create limits in order to protect your time or energy. For example, now I'm learning to set boundaries with work, with people, even with myself. Third, take on too much. It means to accept more tasks or responsibilities than you can handle. For example, I used to take on too much and then fall behind on everything. Fourth, say no. It means to refuse requests in order to protect your time. For example, now I ask myself, is this really necessary? It's not selfish, it's smart. And finally, manage your energy. It means to plan your tasks based on your physical or mental strength levels. For example, I've also learned that managing time isn't just about your schedule. It's really about managing your energy. And that brings us to the end of today's episode. Thanks so much for joining us. Let's go over a few key takeaways before we wrap up. First, time management isn't just about having a perfect schedule. It's about understanding your own habits, energy, and priorities. Second, small changes, like breaking tasks into chunks, using the Pomodoro technique, or starting your day with your most important work can go a long way. And third, don't stress if something doesn't work right away. Time management takes trial and error, and that's totally normal. Don't forget, you can download today's free PDF vocabulary list with all the useful phrases and expressions we covered. It's a great way to review and practice. And if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Remember, you have 24 hours in a day. Make them count. Until next time, learn everywhere, speak everywhere.